What's up, everybody? It's Mikey124 here. I've got some Mega Man X gameplay for you. This is a very, very old school game. I'm playing it on the PC right now. I downloaded the ROMs and emulators for it. So, the ROM is the game itself. But, yeah, I wanted to use this gameplay to continue on with my gaming history commentary. I've kind of made a mini series out of this. I was intending on it only being like maybe a video or two, but my gaming history goes back kind of far, so I've kind of turned it into a little mini series, and I believe this is episode 3 now, or maybe 4. Eventually, I want to stem off into like a music history series and a TV and a movie history series. I'm not as huge a movie buff as I am a music and TV and gaming buff, but yeah, I definitely want to make those or continue on with this series because they've gotten pretty good reviews, and we kind of all love that like validation, you know, like knowing that somebody else like played the same games that you did. Somebody else was like a loner and not the most popular kid around, and I've pretty much made it through life fine. I am an adult. I'm living on my own and doing my own things, and yeah, no matter what hardships you go through growing up, it only helps mold who you are today. So yeah, gaming history involved and movie and music history definitely helps shape who you are today. And today I'm going to continue to go onwards with my gaming history commentary. I left off my last commentary talking about PlayStation 1 days, and I think I left off right around the time when I was in 6th grade. At the end of 5th grade, half of my elementary school went to one junior high and half went to the other. I went to the one junior high that only about actually like 20% of my elementary school went to. And I basically, like, we had just moved back to Illinois the year before, and so I only had a year to make friends. So I had a year to make friends in Kansas when we lived there when I was in 4th grade, and then we moved, and then I had a year to make friends again in Illinois, and then half of, or like 90% of my friends all moved or went to the other junior high. So I was kind of back in the same situation of like feeling like the new kid, feeling like the kid who doesn't have many friends, and yeah, like the loner. But yeah, it definitely helped me mold into who I am today. It helped me change my habits, my hobbies a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely a building block, that's for sure. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of watching this gameplay as I try to figure out these controls on this game. Um, but yeah, I'm sorry for digressing. The year of 6th grade, I believe, was 1998, I want to say. I think it was 2000 when I was in 8th grade. And sixth grade through 8th grade, like I said, I was fresh in a new school, so um, being kind of like antisocial and like gaming by myself all the time. I mean, I kind of did. Like, I played games here and there, but for a while, those couple years, I would spend so much of it gaming just with friends. I would play games over at friends' houses, and that would pretty much be it. Like, I wouldn't really play too many games by myself, and I didn't really even buy too many games, like, or like, well, have my mom buy me games. I didn't have a job in 6th grade, but I didn't really, yeah, get too many new games. We did a lot of game renting. This was still PS1 days in 6th and 7th grade. PS2 didn't come out till 2000, which was when I was in 8th grade, as I mentioned. But at this point, I was pretty much hardcore on the skateboard. One of the last games I did play on PS1, or like bought new, a new like, or was bought for me, and I enjoyed the hell out of it, was Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I loved it. I had been a fan of the X games since 4th grade, when I think that was the first year that it came out, and like I loved 2 Extreme was also another like skateboarding and extreme sports game that was on PS1, and yeah, once Tony Hawk Pro Skater came out, I just really wanted to skateboard. I loved it. I thought it looked cool, and I thought it was a hobby that I could learn and enjoy. So I think on my 12th birthday or my 11th birthday, my mom bought me my first skateboard, and I went crazy with it. I would skateboard all day, every day. I'd go to school and then come home and then go skate around the neighborhood. I had a couple friends who were in the neighborhood who also skated with me, so it was just a matter of time before we it pretty much like took over our whole lives, like pretty much how like gaming and all this stuff has nowadays. um and yeah, working and bills. But yeah, skateboarding was everything to us. This was like my first taste of video editing too, because we would film a lot of the stuff we would do on skateboards, and then yeah, make a video out of it. I actually have our first video with my like quote unquote skateboard part in it. If for some reason I ever feel the desire to post it on my channel, maybe I will. But yeah, I'm sorry this is not really like the gaming history, because I didn't really game so much the next couple years. As I mentioned, I was skateboarding all the time. I played a lot of games, but at friends' houses. Like my one buddy that I skated with, his older brother had a PS2, and my younger brother had gotten a PS2, but they weren't really like my system. So like I didn't really like get a chance to like play the crap out of them. And yeah, I only played games like here and there. I remember playing the crap out of GTA 3 when it came out, and I think that was already like freshman year. And Vice City, I think, was the first PS2 game that I bought for myself. I'm trying to think like what other PS2 games we had. We had Metal Gear Solid 2, The Sons of Liberty. I think yeah, there were definitely a handful of PS2 games that I loved, but this is when like I really started like I only started gaming socially. Like I'd game at my friends' houses. I'd game whenever I had the opportunity to, basically. I wouldn't game like all day, every day, and I wasn't like playing like tons of stuff by myself. I was pretty much just focused on skateboarding and girls, pretty much. By the time I was in sophomore year in high school, I'm trying to think like what games. I feel like I was playing more old school games at this point. I think I had gone back to the Super Nintendo and the N64, and that's basically what I had been playing for the most part. But yeah, I it was probably around junior year when I started kind of becoming a little rebellious dude. I found out my dad was sick when I was 16, so yeah, shit just got crazy after that. I started drinking and smoking buds and doing whatever I could get my hands on, basically. I never snorted anything, for that matter, but yeah, I definitely did my fair share of experimenting with whatever the hell I could get my hands on, and it was pretty down period in my life. I should have definitely stuck with the gaming, but it's whatever. Like I've always said, your experiences mold who you are today. If you don't learn from mistakes, or if you don't make mistakes, you won't have mistakes to learn from. And believe me, I did. I was definitely a way different person when I was 16, 17 years old. I had a way different mindset. I did not really care too much about anything other than myself and having a good time. And then, yeah, by the time high school was over, I'm kind of skipping forward a lot because honestly, I didn't play a ton of games in high school. Near the end of high school, I'll say, I met my buddy Inkspank, and you guys know who Inkspank is, who've been following me for long enough. He's a couple years older than me. He was going to Virginia Tech at the time, and yeah, he was friends with a couple of my friends, and we started hanging out, and before you knew it, like, me and Ink were better friends than any of my friends. I graduated high school in 2005, and that just so happened to be the year that the Xbox 360 came out, but it was also the year that the PS3 was rumored to be coming out. And believe it or not, I was a PS3 fanboy before there was a PS3. I was one of those guys who was like convinced, like, I'll never get an Xbox. Screw Microsoft. That's so stupid. But around Xbox came out in November of 2005, and then Bank had one by January of 2005. I was living in an apartment with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and yeah, let's just say that relationship was dead before it really started. It was a bad relationship, that's for sure, and I spent a lot of the time like dreading having to do stuff with that girl, and I would pretty much rather play games and dick around than be with her. So pretty much around that time, Ank also had a GameCube, so I wanted to play Resident Evil 4. I ended up buying a GameCube myself. It was $100 at the time, which was a great deal. I got like Mario Party with it, and like I don't know, it was my first gaming system that I had bought myself, and that I had bought in a while. Like the last new gaming system we had gotten was PS2, and I didn't play much of it. I played it like here and there, like I said, socially, but it wasn't really my system. So once I got the GameCube, I maxed out on Resident Evil 4. I thought it was unbelievable. I'd played all the other Resident Evils, but I'm so used to them being so locked in camera angles and all that stuff, and this one that you actually like third person, like able to figure out what's going on, or able to yeah, kind of move the camera freely. It was revolutionary. So I don't know, I got back into gaming pretty hard, I'd say. It was about November of 2006 when I got my Xbox 360, and at this point Ank had had his for about a year, so he had like a year to get gamer score on me and all this stuff. But me and him stayed super competitive, and yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the Xbox commentary for the next commentary and let you guys yeah, I'll make the next one good, that's for sure. But yeah, this video got cut off because my screen capture device on my PC only allows me to record 10 minutes at a time, so I don't have the end of this boss fight. So I'll try and do something cool for the next gameplay video. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of weird for me to talk about me. It feels like super narcissistic, and that's why I don't do it too often. But it is kind of like a fun thing for me to like go back to these nostalgic moments in my life. So if you guys liked the video, please give it a like, and yeah, tune back next week for the next episode. All right, take care, guys. Peace out.